At the beginning of the story, we see a girl, Anne in her room, who was praying with her eyes closed. She was also very scared. Suddenly her mother knocks at the door, but she does not open the door. Because of this, her mother gets so angry that she starts banging her head on the door, which makes it clear that Anne was afraid of her mother. After this, the scene goes a few years ahead, where Anne has grown up now, and she has become a sister, who is also called a nun. She was sitting with a doctor at this time, who tells Anne that her mother was a very good woman. When you were young, she used to come to me often. She used to take care of me a lot, as if she used to comb my hair. But then suddenly her behavior became very strange. She started hurting me by singing a song. Her behavior changed with me. She didn't do this on purpose, but a strange voice inside her forced her to do this. Because she was actually possessed, which means that the devil had captured her. After this, it is shown that in 1835, a school was built to teach exorcism. Exorcism means the break of black magic, but now because of the number of possessed, that is, those who were captured by the devil were increasing. So in the same school, it is now decided to keep those people who are possessed, where all the sisters and nuns will take care of them, but they will stay away from exorcism. Because all the fathers and priests will learn exorcism and in their possession, which will make them completely fine. Now we see Anne, who used to live in a big church, but now she also comes to this school. Although she is a nun, she is a sister. She has nothing to do with exorcism, but still she has a lot of interest in learning exorcism. Then when she was in class, the same doctor with whom Anne was talking, she was telling everyone about black magic and its break. There were some patients here who were taking care of Anne. Some time ago, another patient had also come here. Her name was Natalie, who was only a 10-year-old girl, and talks to her and makes fun with her. With this, the girl is very happy, and she likes Anne a lot. Now at night, when Anne was in her room, then she hears someone calling her, with whom she also feels some movement. She goes out to check, but there was no one there. Then when she was roaming in the area of the patients, then she hears the cry of a child. That where did the last voice come from? But then suddenly Natalie comes in front of her. She is a little surprised to see her, thinking how she came out. Because all the patients are always kept locked in their rooms and only 2 to 3 nuns go inside. But then she talks to her a little and sends her back to the room. Then when she was coming into the lower part, she hears the voice of someone calling her again. Then she starts thinking about why she is hearing these sounds, because she has actually recognized these voices a little. After this, she passes by the class, where the head feathers were giving classes to all the new fathers and priests, and telling everyone about exorcism. They show a video of a girl here and tell that she was possessed. And we did not do an exorcism on her, because of which she died. Because the devil's hold was firm on her. Now Anne also comes and sits quietly in this class, because she was already very interested in this topic. Then the father tells that when we go in front of a possessed person, then in a way, we come to the battlefield of war. That's why we have to be very careful, and we have to be ready for all our attacks. We always have to remember the sayings of God, because the devil and his companions try to distract us. That's why we have to face them very well, and whatever happens, we have to put faith in God. Because only then can we do an exorcism on a possessed person and cure him, which could not happen many times. And a person who is possessed by the devil is killed. Now, we see an old-time scene where Anne was telling the doctor that when my mom was possessed, she also heard a voice, which only said one thing to her, that I do not want to take you, but your daughter Anne, because she is special, She is a soldier chosen by God who will fight against us. Now Anne wants to read other people's records in the library. But the nun sitting there tells her that the record file you saw outside is only that. And apart from this, I can't show you anything. That in the future you will never go to the priest and father's class. Do you understand? Because exorcism is taught there, from which you stay away. Although women can also do it. So what's wrong with it? On which the nun clearly refuses that whatever it is, you will not go. On which Anne has to listen to her. There was also a head father here, in whose class Anne had gone. He tells that if Anne wants to learn, let her learn. The nun says that learning exorcism will only take this danger, with which I want to save her, because I want to protect her. Hearing this, she gets worried, but then that old man attacks her. That's why the patient himself becomes unconscious. Now about this, the nun and the head father were talking to their senior priest, on which the priest says that only with the presence of Anne, that possession has started again. The nun says that if this is the case, then we should send Anne to the big church again, from where she has come. The head father immediately says that there will be useless. By changing the place, the devil does not stop chasing. On this, the nun says that no, this cannot happen. This is against the customs and traditions that have been going on for years. This is certain that no woman can do exorcism. The priest says that we will not teach her to repel something, because I have felt that she has a very close relationship. The nun immediately says that what is the big deal in this? We all have a close relationship with God. On which the father says that he has a close relationship with the devil, not with God. The next day, Anne starts going to class of exorcism, where a father who had become friends with Anne accepts him. Everyone was unhappy with her. After the class is over, the father takes them to the upper floor to show him a glimpse of real exorcism. This was a place where the most dangerous possession people are kept in secured rooms. And the room he had come to, Natalie was kept in it, because her possession had increased a lot. Then the head father, the two younger fathers who were learning exorcism now, and tells them that the one you are going to do exorcism on, he is the most dangerous devil, who knows everyone's secret, their shame, and all their sins. And by doing this, he breaks his soul. So you take special care of this thing. After this, they go inside that room to do exorcism. Now she starts scaring them and attacks them. After which she jumps and goes straight to the roof. Now the windows of this room were such that nothing could be seen from the outside, while the people standing outside could see inside. That's when Natalie comes near the window and starts looking at Anne outside, as if she puts her hand on her eyes. And insects start coming out of her hands. Then the devil says to Anne, "Let me come inside you," meaning, let me possess you, because the matter had gone out of control. The possessed Natalie also attacks them. She says, "Take care of yourself and come to your senses quickly." Now this thing of hers also affects Natalie, because she was coming to her senses immediately, while the head father starts reciting his spells and magical words. And he pulls out her hair that were caught in a devil's hand, because the devil was inside her, because the three of them became very good friends. One of them says that Anne's method worked, who listened to you and tried to come to her senses, because of which she is always in shock and embarrassment. And I am very worried because of her. But now at night Anne has a nightmare, in which her mother scares her, because of which Anne was also very worried. After this she goes to Natalie, and asks that how are you feeling now? On which Natalie tells that I had a bad dream, in which I saw a place where there were a lot of people. They were also showing me a lot of scary things. They were scared and were asking me to do as they were doing. And Anne, I saw you there too. You were also screaming, which makes Anne a little more worried. But after that, she is making her notes that when a person is possessed, what does he feel? What happens to them? Which was forbidden to see, from which she knows that the condition of many people, after being possessed, becomes serious. Then they are sent to this school with exorcism. But here too they are not able to get well and get killed. Knowing this, Anne gets very worried, because Natalie's condition was now getting worse day by day. Then after that possession, a girl's interview is found. This means I hurt myself, and I even spoiled my face. He made me realize my sins and shame, and even today I am living in that shame. Now we are shown a scene from the past where Anne's mom was in possession and was trying to attack her, but then suddenly her mom took her own life. Now Anne comes to the head father and tells him that at the time of possession, the devil uses that person's shame and sins. And when that person completely breaks on his sins and shames, then that person captures him and wins by doing this, because the devil has already won. That's why during the exorcism, we have to strengthen people from inside, that they do not break by their shame and sins, because of which they will be saved, and exorcism will be successful. He had only one question here. What shame will a 10-year-old girl have? And what sins will be realized? Because the girl is innocent with a pure heart. Then in the case of Natalie, how the devil has controlled her, which we are going to know in a while. And both of them come to that father's house where Anne talks to her sister. Her brother starts exorcism, then it comes to no. And she was also very sad. And by using all these things, the devil is troubling her. Then Anne takes care of her and says, "You are absolutely fine, and he still loves you." Hearing these words, her sister becomes happy. From this, it is obvious that they were winning. And now he attacks her with things around her, because of which she was absolutely fine. Seeing which all three become very happy, because by doing this, we're sitting outside and talking, where Anne now tells her about herself. After this, a very rich family adopted me. But when I was 15 years old, then I got addicted to drugs. Because of this, a lot of problems came into my life because of this behavior. That family threw me out of the house, after which nuns and sisters supported me where my daughter was born, whom I didn't want to raise. Then I sadly left my daughter, and those nuns adopted her. After this, I also decided that I too will become a nun, a sister like them. I left a locket with her which was of a cross, which was with me since childhood because my mom gave it to me. And since then I have been praying that may God forgive me for what I did. Because many times I have seen a glimpse of this in you. After which, when Anne was in her room, she starts thinking about her mom. Something sharp comes out of her eyes. After some time, the head nun comes to call her, where her father's friend was also sitting. And now we come to know she has been killed because she also took her own life. Here all the people were very angry on Anne and that father. Whom did you ask before doing the exorcism? Now Anne was very sad about her death. So she herself tells her punishment. When she comes to that big church, the doctor comes to meet her, and encouraging her says that you are a good person. Sometimes you also try to save people's lives. And because you are on a new path, an exorcism on Natalie has been successful. She is absolutely fine. We'll go tomorrow with your mom. Listen to it, and is very happy. The next day, her father friend comes and tells her that Natalie had to be taken home, but she was possessed again. And this time her possession has increased to a great extent. She killed 3 people, in which priests and nuns were included. Then he gives her a cross locket and says that in the condition of possession, Natalie had said that I should send her to you. Now looking at that cross locket and understands, it means that Natalie is my daughter. And now we have come to know that why Satan did not get any shame in that girl. And he wanted to weaken her by breaking her name as Natalie. Knowing this, she immediately goes with that father to save Natalie, because she is his daughter. So he does not want to let anything happen to her. And this was the same place. From the time of 1835, exorcisms were done. Here with the father, there were some priests who were reciting magical words and spells on Natalie. Now in the meantime, and also comes there. And that's it. Satan's plan was successful because he wanted it. And now N's powers come by using them. He first attacks these priests and throws them away, by which all are killed. Now N goes to him and tries to talk to Natalie. But here Satan was talking to her and asks, why did you leave your daughter? You do not hide this. Tell everyone. And she also left her daughter so that she can be safe in every way. Because she knew that this voice, that means the devil follows her entire family. But the devil was after her. And today he came face to face with her. Now here and wanted to save her daughter's life, and invites the devil to come inside. The next moment the devil goes inside her and possesses her. Seeing this, a father takes her and runs away to save her life. So he asks her to hide. Now Anne, who was not in her senses because she was possessed, comes to kill her daughter. Although father tries to stop her, but she had already come out. Holding Natalie, she begins to drown her into a lake that wasn't ordinary but holy water. Anne is completely possessed and the father is locked inside. So who will come to save Natalie? So her grandmother comes to save her because she was protecting her. So now here Anne comes out of her possession. She begins to recall her family and the good time spent with her mom. And now with courage, she starts fighting with the devil. She slowly starts putting that cross locket on her head and jumps into the holy water. Now by bathing in holy water, all her sins were over. So the devil leaves her body. Now in the next scene, we see Anne in the hospital. Natalie comes to meet her, but she doesn't tell her that she is her mother. She did this so that she can be happy. Here Natalie thanks her and then leaves, because how she saved everyone and defeated the devil by ignoring her life. With this, everyone was very happy. Then the senior priest tells her, now you will also learn exorcism and will be useful to people. And will make a record that a woman is also an exorcist. She saves people by exorcism, and was very happy, and all were also happy. The head priest also encourages her. He says that I am also very happy with you. Always keep moving forward and be successful. He also warns her, be careful now, because if you have known the devil, then he must have also known you. She tells him to act on it, and then she immediately leaves here. In addition to this, the driver of her car, suddenly he also becomes possessed. Then Anne also picks up her cross and gets ready to stop them, where suddenly all those possessed people attacked her. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this movie recap, and please like and subscribe if you did. And be sure to click that bell icon to get alerts every time we post a new movie recaps.